Hi guys, welcome to the channel. Thank you for joining me and thank you for your support as always. Right, so it looks like the migration from legacy benefits to universal credit is starting to have some problems in terms of people who are falling by the wayside. And new figures have come out which suggest that there are a number of people who aren't making that transition for whatever reason that could be. And I'm going to read you the article now so that you can take a look at it. And then I'll ask for your opinions down in the comment section as I always do. Let's take a look. Right, universal credit migration leads to 340,000 benefit claims closing. DWP data shows that between July 22 and June 25, a total of 2.1 million people in 2.5 million households have been sent migration notices. They must move to UC or they'll get nothing. The Department for Work and Pensions has shut down 340,000 benefit claims and refusing to pay them a single penny. New figures from the DWP revealed that between July 22 and June 25, a staggering 2.1 million people across 1.5 million households received migration notices. 1.6 million of these claims residing in 2.1 million households who received migration notices subsequently applied for universal credit. Among those who applied for universal credit, 617,000 households secured transitional protection. The figures reveal that 162,000 people who received a migration notice are still navigating the move to universal credit process, while 340,000 claimants who received migration notices failed to apply for universal credit and have had their legacy benefit claims terminated. The statistics show that among households issued with migration notices up until the end of February 25, allowing for a 3-month application period and an additional month during which transitional protection would be assessed if the applicant was submitted within this time frame, 82% had applied for universal credit, whilst 18% had not applied and their legacy benefits was terminated. This comes as the managed migration program progresses, with legacy benefits being abolished. Alia Osman, Director of Policy and Campaign at charity Z2K, informed The Sun that applying for universal credit is frequently a complicated procedure and the Department for Work and Pensions unnecessarily complicates it further. Alia voiced her concerns, saying, "It's particularly concerning to see that the DWP is refusing so many universal credit claims on procedural grounds, such as not providing the correct documents. We know that people struggle to meet all of the requirements of claims process, often because of disability or because they have difficulty using computers. This can lead to people missing out on vital income. The DWP should take steps to streamline and simplify the claims process." Now, I'm a little bit concerned by the relatively lower numbers of those getting transitional protection. And of course, one of the reasons that someone wouldn't get transitional protection is if either they applied to move over before they got the migration letter, or they moved over too late. They got the letter, didn't move over within that period of time they have to do it, and therefore didn't get transitional protection. Now, whether that's the reason for that low number, I don't know. But certainly, what I would say to anyone who gets one of these migration letters, please do make sure that you get the process done within the time frame it tells you on the letter, because otherwise you could lose your transitional protection. And I would also say that if you are thinking to yourself, I haven't got a letter yet, maybe I should just move over anyway, it means if you don't have the migration letter, you won't get the transitional protection. So what I would say to you is, if you still haven't received a letter yet, do give the DWP a call, or the Universal Credit Helpline a call. Ask them if they know about your situation and if they are going to be sending out a letter, because it could be, as we all know, DWP make mistakes, it could be that they simply haven't sent you a letter and you should have got one. So do make sure that you have spoken to them, and if they say that you're on the list and you're going to get a letter, then I would wait for that, because otherwise you could be losing out on transitional protection, which could be very important in terms of finances for your continued after that on universal credit. And also, of course, lots of people who haven't made the transition over to universal credit. Now, of course, there could be many reasons for this, but I think sometimes there could be people who perhaps are on their own, don't have any friends or relatives that they can ask, and they simply fall off the list. They may get a letter and may not know what to do with it, or they may have simply not opened the letter. Lots of people, especially among the very elderly, will receive letters and just won't open them, and so sometimes these people do fall off the list. And I think it's very important that DWP do more to try and find out who these people are who aren't going for the transitional protection, and find out why they're not, find out why they're not going for the migration to universal credit, because there could be simple reasons why they're not doing it, and they need to find out who these people are and give them the assistance that they need. But anyway, let me know down in the comment section what you think. Do you know of anyone who has fallen off this list for reasons beyond their control? It'd be interesting to find out, but please do, if you get a letter, make sure that you do it within the time frame that it tells you. And if you do need help, Citizens Advice Bureau, your local council, charities, many charities will also help you fill in the form and get you across into universal credit. They fill the form in online, get you across to universal credit, where you can manage it from then on. Anyway, that's all for today. Thank you for joining me. Please do subscribe if you've got this far. I'll see you next time.